I was having conversations with Rita this morning, right? As a matter of fact, I'll call her because you know y'all like to get the receipts. I like to share the receipts. Shout out to everybody that watched the show last night.
Hello.
Hey, you busy?
Yeah, kind of. I'm at the town office.
You at the town office? You filing for the permits?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool. That's all I wanted to know.
No, it's oh, that's it.
Yeah, I'm on a live stream.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye. That is the receipt itself. That's literally the receipt that I was going to show you guys. Rita, my wife, is at the town office because if you guys have been following me on Instagram and if you guys are a part of the Patreon, you know I'm documenting the process for my first property that I'm building from the ground up. And one of the things that we've had to do is um, call out landscapers. I just paid close to $15,000 in order to have trees mowed down, cut down, all of this other type of stuff. We got to file for permits. We got the surveyor coming out, all of that stuff. So I'm literally doing it cash out of my own money, and I'm gonna be giving y'all the receipts. I'm documenting the process. So all of that eventually is going to be available for Patreon members and bag chasers only. All right. But that's not the point that I wanted to emphasize to you guys. What I wanted to emphasize to you guys is I called or I have conversations with Rita and my daughter, and we literally have family meetings. It's just me and my little family. It's just me and my two little girls, right? And we have family meetings and we discuss everything business related. Let me bring that back for you. We discuss everything business related, probably about 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how busy we are. We discuss each other's schedules, we go over them. My daughter's schedule is very much a reflection of how it is that I do my schedule. It's color coded. It's how it is that I teach all inside of the Patreon is the same thing that I teach my family, right? We go over what it is that we need to schedule for business, depending on what day of the week it is. Uh, we discuss our new travel schedules or updates that have to go on, the whole 9 yards. And one of the things that I discuss with my daughter on a regular basis is my expectations for her, right? And so right now, my daughter and my wife are literally the ones that are doing all of the legwork with regard to building this house, right? If you guys have ever emailed me, anybody that's ever emailed me, you may know or you may not know that Rita is usually the first person to catch it. So if you've got a reply, often at times she may ask me what it is that I need to say, or she may forward it to me in order to respond to it. But she's the first line of defense. She's the person that kind of oversees everything from the business perspective. So she don't have to be at the front. She don't have to be visible. She don't have to be the person that's always having a conversation. She's not over here giving the game. But at the same time, I teach her, and then she's the person that kind of oversees, and then she oversees an additional assistant that I may have, right? That takes over other parts of what it is that we do. So we operate incredibly lean, but at the same time, we are very much integrated as a family. I have spreadsheets. I have backup drives. I have hard drives where all of the passwords are and all of the things that we need in order for things to continue to be successful, right? So, for example, if anything was to ever happen to me, she know exactly what it is to do from a life insurance perspective. She knows how to move when it comes to, taking care of business. She know where all of the money is. She knows every single thing, right? And again, even when I'm talking to my daughter, I'm showing her, and I told her, I said, it's an expectation on where you're going to go to college, how you're going to take care of business. And my daughter is literally a student. So I'm having her follow and shadow me and her mother as far as helping her to understand how it is that we're building these properties. Because at 15 years old, my expectation for her, and she loves it. She loves it. My expectation for my daughter is she's going to build the next house. She's shadowing, she's asking questions. And before we get to watch the game at night, the playoff games and all of that, my expectation is for her to build the next house and then for her to duplicate the process. I'm not going to oversee this. I'm not going to run this. I'm literally teaching her, and I'm forcing her and I'm showing her and helping her to focus on how it is that she needs to move from a business perspective. And then her mother works with her on the other side of as far as showing her how to be a lady, how to do dishes, how to clean properly, how to clean herself properly, the whole 9 yards, right? So what am I telling you guys? What am I trying to convey to you right now before we really get into the show? If you believe that women are not supposed to work, then you a fool. If you going into a relationship believing that women have never been required to work, and just because they're a stay-at-home mom or whatever like that, that they don't have any responsibilities, you a simp. Women have always worked. It's just the type of work and the place that they stand in, as far as not being under the covering of a man, has changed in 2023, which now requires them to have this boss bitch label, right? Women have always worked, but the idea is that you're supposed to be a helpmeet, not a boss bitch, and it's a difference. So I got two different messages for you guys today. The first message is, don't be a sucker, don't be a simp, right? Don't put yourself in a position to have your girl stay at home, drink wine, don't have any responsibilities, and just lean off of you so that you can then become some kind of fool. You're not a fool, right? Even if you look at the chessboard, the queen on the chessboard is the one that moves the furthest, and often at times is at the forefront of the battle. And so you have to put them to work. The second thing that I'm trying to tell you is that women are there to be used. They want to be used. They need to be utilized. They have too much in them that we are not tapping into, and we're using them the wrong way. Even the women that work for you, let's take it away from the household, right? Even the women that work for you, if you can actually show them that you're not trying to fuck them every 5 minutes, and that they can start feeling confident about being around you, they'll do anything for you. They will literally they will be your biggest advocates. They will be some of the people that do some of the hardest work. They will take care of business. Rita is the one that's down at the permit office filing a permit. She filled out the permit. She's filing a permit. She's working with the general contractor. I'm not sitting there. The general contractor, the architect, the builders, the landscaping company and all of that, they fill me in, but they got to go through her in order to get to me. Every once in a while, I'll drive by and I'll step outside the door and they'll be looking at me, and the neighbors is looking like, a guy came up to me 2 days ago, one of the neighbors, and he thought that I was the general contractor because it was the black man and it was the white man, right? I'm the black man and it was the white man. And we both talking, and he thought that the white guy was the owner when the white guy was the guy that was the general contractor. But let me tell you how I move. And this is just a little gem for some of y'all, because a lot of y'all feel like it's a need for you to show yourself to be the owner. If y'all haven't watched the movie The Banker, you really need to go and watch that movie. You know, I like to reference a lot of pop culture references and movies and stuff like that, because I look for different things when I hear and I see things than the regular than the general public. When we out there, because it's an older white man, he's probably about, my general contractor, he's got to be he's in his upper 60s. Shout out to my general contractor, right? And so what I realize is that them believing that he's the boss and that he's the owner allows for me to be just as much, if not more effective than if they'd think that I'm the, I don't have the pride to where I got to show you that I'm the owner and anything like that. I tell my general contractor, and he was about to say something. I said, hey, and then he stopped. And so I'm talking like I'm the general contractor. Oh, okay. Yeah. They think I'm the help, right? And so when we started talking, he said, why'd you stop me? I said, why wouldn't we allow for them to think that you the person that's in charge? And he was like, I get it. And I've been working with this guy for a long time. I don't need for them to know who I am. I'm already visible enough on social media. They don't need to know my business. They don't need to know who the owner is. They don't need to know who the person that's writing the checks, that's signing the checks and wiring the money. They don't need to know none of that. I want them to work with him. I want them to contact him. They may even respect him more because he's a white-haired white man, architect. He's walking around with blue jeans on and a tucked in button-up shirt. They don't need to know that. The only time I'm gonna drive by in my Benz or in my Porsche is during the after hours, and I don't even get out the car. When I pull up, usually I'm pulling up in a Hyundai. Hey, how's everything going on? I'm talking to they don't know who in charge. All they know, they think he in charge. They don't know who the boss is. Or I'm sorry, they think that he's the boss and I'm just his underling and I'm the person that's, I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely 100% cool with that. And so in real life and in business, y'all got to learn to remove how you feel out of the situation, because it's not about projecting yourself to be powerful. It's about actually wielding power in order to ensure that you get things done more effectively. So many people are so focused on trying to prove to somebody else that they something that they not. I'm not trying to do that. I'm chilling. I'm coming out there. I'm very low key. They don't know who I am. I take these glasses off. I put on my regular all black frames or whatever like that. I'm chilling. They talking to me like I'm nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. I get it. What we sitting here trying to do? Put your chick to work, put your people to work, move a little bit more different when you in person and operating in your purpose, and stop trying to always be visible and always be the person that's in front of my goal is to really remove myself from the visibility in order to not be the person that's in front of the camera. I don't even want to be in front of the camera. I'm in front of the camera because I feel like that's what I have to do in order to make sure that we continue to get this thing rocking and I'm setting the foundation. But don't think for 1 second that I need to be at the forefront. Why you think Q running Monday nights? What you think I've been grooming her for? She's a better host than I ever have been. Now, I might pop up in order to give it a pop or whatever like that in order to excite the conversation or to push back when I see too many guys on the panel because they need a little bit of pushback. But I'm not trying to be the person that run it. I'm trying to put people in position of power so that they can be the person that run it. Why you think Q is running Monday nights? What you think the long-term play is? You think that I want to be standing in front of y'all showing y'all receipts for the rest of my life? I just want to give you the game so you can take the football and run with it. I'm not trying to be at the forefront of what you think is important. I just want to be able to run the checkup. Only reason I'm on Instagram is so that I can continue to bring visibility to what it is that we doing. It's an extension of what we doing here on YouTube. I don't even like social media. I don't even like social media. I can't stand my favorite social media app is Twitter because I can just type what I want to type and keep it moving. Because I'm good at it don't mean that I love it. It just means that I lean into it because it's what I got to do in order to ensure that we're successful.